Afternoon to you, our viewers. Welcome to another wonderful episode of your show, our show, The Roundtable. My name is Shegun Odwanyo. Here on this show, we table hot, yes, very hot happenings affecting Nigerians and affecting Nigerians within and outside Nigeria. Topics that Nigerians can resonate with and, of course, understand, especially as it's on the front burner at the moment. I have two lovely guests with me this beautiful Thursday. To my right, making a return is Nehemiah Nwosu. After a couple of weeks break, in football terms they will say injury or what happened?
I think
welcome back to the show.
Yes, it's good to be here.
Right.
Our viewers, thank you
Alright.
for joining us.
Exactly. Our viewers, thank you for joining us. And to my left is a regular. He has a very lovely tie this afternoon.
Very lovely tie. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
His name is, of course, Mr. Adekunle Aliu. Together, the three of us will be doing justice to the topics on the show this day. It's more of me, of course, anchoring and throwing the topics to them and getting their opinion. Like I do always say, what we do here is to give you the facts. We separate the facts from the rumors on this show and we analyze without bias. We are starting with the Ibadan Funfair tragedy that happened yesterday. A horrific show, something that was supposed to be for fun and supposed to bring smiles to the faces of the children and the parents who were meant to be attendees, eventually brought sorrow, pain and tears to the faces of everyone, not just attendees but even the entire country is morning. I think I'll be starting Mr. Aliu to my left. I mean, it was supposed to be a show for 5,000 attendees, organized by the ex on his wife, the prophetess Naomi, in conjunction with a radio station there in Ibadan, just there in Basharun, and the videos are everywhere, the pictures are flying everywhere. That population looked more than 5,000. Nobody has answers to the numerous questions that have been asked. The police and the rest of the government are going to investigate, but none of that can bring back any of the confirmed 32 dead.
It's just a tragedy that could have been averted if we put the appropriate things in place. You see, when you're organizing Funfair for children, there are many things that need to go into it. You have to look into before you just open the gates of whatever compound for people to come in. I think they should look at how they do things. If you look back at some churches or maybe some events in that has happened in this country, maybe in Kwara State or in Jigawa State, where people go for some freebies, how these things are organized. We need to have crowd control processes in every of our events. So that when these things snowball, it can be controlled. Yes, we know disasters happen, but if it's not well controlled, losing 30 kids or 32 kids in one day, in one small community, is not a joke. We've just thwarted some beautiful, fruitful people who've thwarted their destiny. We've cut it short. It's wrong. And I think the government should, maybe like Lagos State is doing, trying to check every event, every event place. Look, how do you do this? How put appropriate measures in place to safeguard lives and property. If you don't put those things in place, you will wreck the people. You will destroy the situation. You will destroy the people rather. You will kill people. You will bring carnage when you don't put things appropriately in place. So I think we should just be careful these days where we go to, how we do things, so that we don't get into harm's way. I hope the government will begin to regulate some of these event places so that when you're doing it, what are the necessary things you need to put in place? If we had put those things in place, maybe this things would have been like this. You know, they told us, I said, they were trying to go in. Was it when they were trying to go in? Was it when they were trying to collect food for or the freebies? Because there are a lot of questions to be asked. Okay, it's a Funfair, a place for Funfair. Were they bouncing castle? What are the security there? What are the health officials there? Who are these to mount this, to mount this? When these things go snowball, who are those who are going to control these things? So if you don't have all that, it's a recipe for disaster. So crowd control, security, health, doctors, first aid, everything must be put in place so that we can guide our life. Like, we shouldn't make life cheap in the country. We make life look as if it's one kobo. And it's not. It's not. We should work at it. I'm saying people should just try and be safe and know where to go to and control whatever they do.
Okay, quick one. Nehemiah, many of these injured children are still in UCH at the moment. there was a report of a woman who lost 2 of her kids yesterday. The report also had it that some persons came all the way from Oyo town to Ibadan for the event. Some people slept
overnight
at the venue to wake up the next day as somebody, first set of people to go in. And before they could say Jack Robinson, boom, the crowd was massive. But, before the disaster happened.
Honestly, it is a very, 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 very tragic event. And, at a time when, everybody, every family is coming together and trying to have fun, because understanding everything that's been happening in the country, the economy, a lot of people, depression and all that. If this period you can bring people together to at least have fun and marry together and be joyful, it is a very, very good thing. But it can't be more overemphasized. The way we handle the kind of levity that we play towards human life in this country really needs to be checked. Yes, you can organize Funfair for kids. Then, at one point in time during the event, they get to understand that people are much. Maybe you plan events with a particular number of people that are supposed to attend the event. You go to amusement parks and you don't have, because there are lots. If you look at the people around the amusement park, you have a lot of people. But because things are being planned, health people are there, the health officials are there, the security, there are these things. So I think an investigation is to be carried out by the government, to find out what exactly happened. Do you guys have security in place? What about health officials? Crowd control.
Yeah.
These things are very, very important when we are putting kids together in it, because no, you can't just keep talking about these issues. And the loss of life in this country we need to really concentrate and be serious about our lives, be serious about the lives of people. There are so many families today, due to that event, that are in serious agony, in serious pain. People must answer for putting people's lives in jeopardy. Questions must be asked and we must get answers. The Oyo State government has to get down to the root of this thing. And we must find out what really happened to those kids. And so that it will deter people from doing these things going forward. It's very, very heartbreaking.
I mean,
something just has to be done.
I still saw the flyer this morning. Yesterday also the flyer was trending, where it was written on the flyer, 5,000 kids were expected. What was the plan for securing 5,000 children?
So at what point did these kids start, hovering on themselves and all that? Is it at the point of sharing food?
There were 7,500.
They overshoot their plan.
That some parents were even arguing that they were not up to that the organizers were the ones that were.
So you see, how do you count?
That's
were they coming in? Was it just open door?
Yes.
Were
they coming in droves?
There should be a modality to the way they come in and how you give whatever freebie you want to give, and how they enjoy this fun fair. There should be a control. You cannot just open door and just allow people to just come in. The moment you open your door, people with the crowd from nowhere, everybody will just wreck the system for you. You need to check. You need to arrange it. I think that's what I'm saying. Government needs to look into how crowds are gathered. Even in churches, you see, go to some church event, you just see crowd. No crowd control. Even the churches, it's not done that way. Have you been to one of the Lagos churches along MI2? Should you see how people you just ask yourself, where's the crowd control? Where are the safety nets when things snowball? What do you do to check disasters? You don't see anything sometimes. So these things, before you organize any event, I
think they must have gotten some necessary permission and all of that. Because
so what are
we are not even sure about that as we speak.
Investigation.
So it is during this investigation that we'll get to find out who gave them the approval to do that, and what did they see that was already in place.
So because at what point
did that stampede started?
Yeah. Were they at the gate?
You have an event where you have a lot of you are planning an event for 5,000 kids.
5,000.
And you cannot tell me that you can't put security in place, you can put health workers in place to check at what point did this stampede started. So the government has to get to the root of all this. There are so many questions unanswered.
How many security officials do you think?
Means you have made arrangement for over 7,000.
Yes.
Because if you are planning for 5,000, means you have added 2,000 people extra. So you would have checked it. Even do and trials to say, okay, if this happens, what do we do?
What are we even saying? Even adult events that has to put adults together, maybe campaign events, shows, and 5,000 is not 100. 5,000 is not 75.
So what's the capacity of that venue? Is it that?
So that is it.
5,000 secondary school.
Some persons have said that place was small and wasn't big enough for 5,000. 5,000 events.
We see events everywhere. And can you even really say the people at this event, adults, are up to 5,000?
So we're looking at an event whereby for the Christmas will be there for the children.
Yes.
So what is the modality? How are they coming in?
Even if you go to large amusement parks, how are you sure that the people at that park at that moment are even up to 5,000? This thing is much. The government must get to the root of this. Those kids' lives cannot just go like that.
I hear the police have arrested the organizers and some other people who were involved in it.
The station
it's a lesson for all of us.
The station has come out to say they were not the organizers, that they were just amplifying the event via their medium, and that they were not part of the organizers.
They may not be part of the organizers.
Some other persons have said their name was on the flyer. I saw the flyer.
And the partnership, there are so many events people partner with and they are not the organizer, but they just partner for media.
If it had gone well, they would have come out
to receive glory, perhaps.
But now that the whole thing has become really disastrous, is now a national story.
It's a national disaster.
Of course, and their kids.
That there will be some persons feel that perhaps
pictures have been tortured.
Even 30. That perhaps
what about we are talking about the ones that have lost their lives. What about the ones that are still injured? Getting treatment here and there.
And that brings me again to health insurance that for everybody. So those who are receiving treatment, who is paying their bills?
I think
if these people are vulnerables, if they are vulnerable that you are trying to help, you're trying to bring succor to their life, and now they are in pain. If they had insurance, maybe it would be easy to treat them because health these days is not cheap.
Very expensive.
So I don't know.
I think in that case, the government will just have to come in.
I think the government is the one treating them because reports have it that they are the children at the UCH.
It's only the UCH. Some private, some would have taken their children to
private. Some might even take their kids.
So if somebody comes from Oyo to Ibadan for such an event, I don't know.
I think that the organizers will have somewhere in their minds have a good
intention. That's what I'm saying. This good intention has been turned into something because they did not plan well. They did not put into consideration crowd control system. You don't get. See, it's not easy when you're doing a fun fair.
Of course,
I'm looking at it. It should be spacious.
Of course,
it should be spacious. So as they are coming in, what are they doing? Because it's a fun fair, Christmas fun fair.
It's not even easy to organize.
It's not even to define the Christmas fun fair.
It's not even easy.
I don't know what exactly their own is.
Truth is, it's not even easy to organize.
Drinks with food or snacks for the kids.
Were they Christmas grotto? Were they people buying and selling? You just have to. If let's say it's just for. To give palliative.
Yes, of course.
Let's just say, imagine the fun fair just to give palliative.
There will be music.
So you play music. So you're ever taking you're thinking of my hand now.
I'll take a chair, put a chair, first down.
So those organizations, you need to look at the toilet facility, how many hours with each person spend there. You need to look at a lot of things. If you don't look at it well, it will snowball.
And then there are children.
These are even.
I think there are so many unanswered questions. So many because to organize an event for 500 heads, children alone, 500 and
adults,
kids,
even if it's adults,
that's why I said that 5,000 men is much. Go to big churches. How many are their members? And when they disperse, you wonder what is really happening in town.
I don't know if you remember that year when it happened in Kwara. Those adults that were going to receive some things from the Saraki saga. There. You can. They were adults.
Yes, they were adults.
They were the elderly. It's still stampede.
I think the outrage.
So if it's not
the outrage, as regards this event is, they are kids.
Yeah.
You cannot organize an event
I don't think even if
for
kids, people won't,
you cannot.
They won't be
Yes, you cannot organize. You cannot organize events for kids and don't put crowd control. You don't put a lot of things in place to make sure that those kids are fine, are okay, and there is no harm that is threatening their lives. That's why I said the government has to do a lot of investigation. Ask a lot of questions. There are so many questions that have left unanswered, and we must get to the root of this issue.
All right. Hopefully something is being done about that. The Oyo State government and the Nigerian police force, or of course the Oyo State police, are ensuring that something is being done about that. We do hope that it is not just one of those topics where investigation is said to be on and we probably don't hear anything about it. We do hope that something comes out of this. Very quickly move on to the next topic, where yesterday, of course this should have been the biggest news yesterday, but hey, this other story overshadowed it. Yesterday the Nigerian president met with a joint assembly of the Senate and the House of Representatives to present the 2025 budget. 49.7 trillion naira. A very big budget with about 8% of that for defense and security. The good thing though, according to those who have analyzed the budget, is that education is somewhere in the top 4 of plans for 2025. According to the president, is benchmarking the dollar to eventually be at $1 to 1,500 naira, meaning that the plan is that by this time next year, the dollar will have reduced from 1.7 to 1.5. Nehemiah is smiling. I will be coming to him very shortly. Also, about 13 trillion of this sum is going to be borrowed. The other amount is going to be sourced internally from increased taxes and of course from oil revenue and non-oil revenue methods. About 15 trillion out of that 49.7 trillion is going to be used in servicing debts. Wow, massive. And and on and on and on. It was an interesting house yesterday. Perhaps on things that went more viral were non-important issues, like the salutation of the president and the singing of his mandate song, and the hailing of the House of Reps leader, the boss, the Speaker of the House of Reps, Honorable Tajudeen Abbas, PhD, because that was also said to be put in that statement by members of his house. Of course, they were saying this to the Senate President Govt yesterday. But the most important thing to Nigerians are these issues. 49.7 trillion, defense and security being the top 2, taking about 8% of that amount. 13 trillion out of that money is going to be sourced via loan. Interestingly, is that 15 trillion out of that same money is to service debt. So 13 trillion is used to source 13 trillion debts for the budget 2025, and from the budget 2025, 15 trillion is going to pay debts. And of course, PDP has kicked back, the biggest opposition party in Nigeria. They've also kicked back, saying a lot of things. But I'll just start by trading the budget. I'll be starting with Nehemiah now. 49 trillion. President Tinubu visited the assembly yesterday, the joint body, and it's a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah, yes, you can say that again.
Do you believe in this budget? Budget of restoration.
Truth is this.
Is there anything going to
like
be
I
restored?
have said in previous episodes, it's about honesty, it's about sincerity of mind, It's about empathy for the people and what the people are passing through at the moment. It's not just about putting out budgets and it's good to budget for the things you want to do. My issue is the borrowings.
You are smiling, Nehemiah. You didn't
The
sound like you
borrowings.
believe any of all this.
The borrowings, the servicing of debts, and the rest of them. I was expecting to see agriculture. I was expecting to see agriculture, competing at the top, at the very top. Education, fine. Education is there. Health is there, and
Defense.
defense is there.
Defense is there.
But we know over the years, in our budgets, defense and security have always had, a larger chunk share you get of our budget. But that's why it brings me back to the issue I said. We need sincerity of heart. We need our government to be honest. This saying that goes, where there is a will, there is always a way. So the issue we've had over the years is our leaders not having the political will, to bring the real change, that the people will feel the effect of it at all time. It's not just about bringing, but I saw, I expected infrastructure, to go up. Expected infrastructure to go up.
Infrastructure is somewhere there too, but just not to the top.
Yes, I expected infrastructure to go up because we need that at the moment in Nigeria. We really, really need that. If you want to, bring in FDI, bring in these things, you need infrastructure.
Yeah.
Sure, you get these things are very, very important. But all in all, but the issue of expecting to the dollar to by this time next year
benchmarking it at
1,500. Man, Nigerians will have a long way to go.
I mean, if the government is expecting let me not use the word just 200 naira fall, that means we are somewhere in the region of 1.5 between now and 2026.
Or it could go like 200.
Where?
2,000 naira per dollar.
Where?
Or it could even
It's
go
a
higher.
budget. It's a budget.
It's a budget
what's
anyway.
A budget? It's a projection.
It's a
So it could go either way. It could go left or right. It could go
Because
up or down.
a lot of things-
These are the projections.
As regards
Yes,
the dollar, a
yes.
lot of things were said this year by especially
The CBN
the CBN governor, coordinating minister
Of
of the economy, Mr. Taiwo,
Oyedele, the
the taxman, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele. A lot of them predicted that by December this year, I think we are still in December, so we should expect a miracle still.
Next year is just next week.
I think
Sorry,
December,
next year is next 2 weeks.
next 2 weeks.
What kind of miracle?
Next year we are- next year
they all gave us a prediction that by December this will be this,
Something go
this
show.
will be that, something go show. Thank you. But I think we should hope. It might come December 30th, it might come December 31st, but still we will still keep hoping. And if they can't make this happen this year, how do they rekindle our hope? To have a trust in this particular budget, to take us to where we are expected to be next year. We hope and we pray we'll see how things unfold as we go.
It's a lot. I think we should start with this. 49.7 trillion.
That's a huge amount.
13 is to be borrowed for the 49.
Okay.
And while 13 is being borrowed for the 49, 15 is taken out of the 49.
To service debts that we've taken before.
Over the years.
Yeah, so it's not as if we should. It's a projection.
And
like I
defense
said.
and security.
So in this projection, we have stated that look, for defense, our budget is more for defense.
Yeah.
Then followed by what?
Security.
Security. No,
Defense and security,
They are the same
defense
thing.
and security are in the same.
8.67%.
So you look at the whole budget. We are projecting this from what we are going to earn. So the benchmark of the oil earning is 1,500 naira. That is to a dollar. So that what we earn in foreign exchange is benchmarked to 1,500 naira.
Yeah.
So let's look at it. We have more money in our pocket. We are saying, okay, we are going to spend 13 trillion
And
naira.
our reserves is 42. I mean,
So there's a progress.
Yeah.
There's a progress in all. But unfortunately, like he said, is the government going to be sincere in how it's going to spend this money? You can borrow as much as you want, but will those money you are borrowing put into the right project that will benefit the people in the long run? Because what we want to see, what Nigerians want to see is that, look, all this high in prices, life, and the problematic life we're living, come down. Easy life.
Drastically.
We want to enjoy. We don't want to die in pain or die in suffering. We don't want to die with this kind of situation, T-pain situation. We want it better.
Oh,
everybody's suffering. Even big industries are complaining.
Of course.
International companies in Nigeria are complaining. It's not only about the talakawas or the poor people. It's about everybody trying to see a paradigm shift to a better place in Nigeria. So if this budget is well accounted for, is well spent, and the fund allocated to each one of the projects or each one of the NDAs is well used to be better for Nigeria. I enjoy the projection, but I'm saying let's do things right. Let's do things sincerely. Whatever amount we have earmarked for this project, let's follow it through to the later. I was looking at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway the other time when I traveled, and we got to a point, it's supposed to be a 3-lane route till you get to Ibadan. But we got to a point it was a 2-lane. So I asked the question, why? So at that point, what happened? Why did at that portion it became a 2-lane? So something is wrong. So at some point, you now begin to ask questions. This projection that we have made, okay, it could be left, it could be right, but are we going to be sincere to follow the right economic policy that will lead us to the right point? Because what we want in the long run is better life for Nigeria.
Of course.
Not you can throw figures around, because in the long run we may not spend it up to, and we may spend more than this.
The president may come back later in the year sometime and ask for
supplementary budget. So it's a projection. It's as fantastic as it is, it's also nothing to rely on.
All right, very quickly, we'll also take the portion of the PDP. Debo Ologunagba, member of the of the PDP's executive, came out to say, that the president is only going to put Nigeria in deeper trouble next year. He has equally said that the president said, hey, the 2024 budget has a 85% performance budget. He said, without the president giving us the analysis as a finance man himself, he said the president came out to give a budget without telling us how much is going to be for capital expenditure for 2025. And equally said, we don't know how much we are taking for capital expenditure, which is what is truly benefiting the Nigerian people. And we don't know how much is being used for recurrent, which is what we are using to service the system. So if we are just servicing the system, we don't know what is truly going to transform the lives of the people. Very different things. Also, they said the president has come out to say that he wants dollar to reduce from 1.7 to 1.5 without giving a roadmap and telling us how this was going to be achievable.
Yeah.
The PDP has come out to say this was the same way the president sold dreams to the Nigerian people pre-2023, and from the very first day he came on board up until now, the Nigerian people have been moving from one condition of pain to the other. The PDP equally said that there is no full analysis of the budget. Everything were just words, figures, no breakdown, no step down. Also, one of the ways the president says they are going to achieve the money, the over 33 trillion that was not going to be borrowed for the budget, was making proper use of the acquiring the right monies from within. Sounds more to the ears
I think talk is cheap.
And we are already seeing that with what
because if
somebody one of the members of the joint National Assembly yesterday was saying that the FIRS should tighten the space the more, and it looks like we're already seeing more tightening, because on some of these not the usual kind of banking systems, I don't want to mention their names, they didn't pay for adverts. Of course, there's a space for adverts every time here. So if you pay, we can mention your name. And that if you transfer from your traditional banks to some of those new banks, and it's above 10,000 naira, 50 naira goes off. Now, if you know how many persons use those kind of banks these days,
fintech.
This fintech. I am one. And people do. Somebody sends 30k here, 50k here, 20k here, 10. No, now calculate 50 naira multiplied by the millions of Nigerians that are transferring in a day.
Every day.
And let's not forget, that according to a report, Nigerians sent 2 trillion via USSD codes in the year 2024 for 6 months. Not January to December.
Yeah.
January to June. USSD. Who uses USSD? Mostly those that don't use,
Android
phones.
Yeah.
Because if you have an Android phone,
yes,
you most likely download
the
an
app.
app.
The app.
I mean, that does not need analysis because we all know it's mostly the small phones
Phone
where you
users,
start so. Because if you are not doing that, you are using your app and then you can easily transfer once you have data. Now this is for USSD. Now imagine how much was being transferred via banking apps in Nigeria. Now let's break it down. How much was being transferred via these fintechs? So now look at how much is coming in. And then, does it not look like the Nigerian government is going to be heavily taxing the Nigerian people? I trade to you.
We have a tax reform coming. We have a tax bill. So
that's not been allowed.
It's going to be. That's what I'm saying. So
still perhaps the most controversial bill of the year.
In that space, so we would say maybe it might be easy. But see, these tax things are done by government and the bank in conjunction. What pains us most like
sucking the lives of Nigerians.
So how do you make this thing you just talk about, the fintechs and the bank, is what is making the cashless policy not to grow. Me and a friend of mine just discussed it this morning, was telling me, look, how can we be buying 2K for 400 naira?
Some of us buy it. That's how we buy it, unfortunately.
So what is the essence of the cashless policy in the long run?
There are no monies in the ATMs.
So what I'm saying is that, do we necessarily need to carry cash? Why can't we do our estimate? The POS is supposed to be point of sales machine. It's not a place to go and buy cash. But we do these things, we misplace the priorities, we misplace these policies and these principles in a way that sometimes I just laugh. So these things will begin to haunt us back when we don't put them in the right place, put the right square in the right box. If we don't do things right, we will kill ourselves. If we can do it right, it will be better for us. So let's come to this cashless policy and say, okay, you have your card, you go to somewhere you want to buy something, you put your card, you buy it, and you walk away. You don't need to begin to look for cash. But most of these market women, you get to that place that I don't want cash, I don't want POS, I want my cash. We are punishing ourselves by doing that too. Every time we are doing it, we are killing our own self. So government should look into it and make life better. That's what I'm saying. Talk is cheap for the PDP. They can say whatever they want to say. Budget last year, budget during Buhari period. Is it different? It's just budget. It's just projection. So anything he's saying is like, Benny, if you are there too, you will give us budget. We will work with it. We will not kill you. Some of us only sit down and criticize and say, but again, it's a financial statement. It's a projection. We don't even. If say something happened and the oil price crashes, we won't get to this amount in the long run. We won't.
We are probably going to start looking for.
We'll now have to go and borrow more.
We are probably going to borrow.
So we now begin to send.
And we'll not be paying with crude again.
So these are the ways you look at the budget. So anything anybody is saying, I think they should just look at it with hope and think that, look, it's going to work. We should organize ourselves.
A budget of hope. Now, a budget of restoration. Are we going to be restored, Nehemiah?
When I talked earlier, I said something. I said Nigerians need to breeze up, because the PDP, they made a lot of sense in the kind of questions they are throwing at the president. The president needs to come out and tell us where is the roadmap? How are you going to achieve this? How are you going to achieve that? There is no how. So in everything the president has said, There's a lot
of things on the ground. That will get you help.
Just hold on.
These are the monies we are going to spend on this project. That's what we're telling you.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Personally, I call that budget a budget of consumption. This is why I said I was expecting agriculture, to be at the very top. Agriculture, security, to be at infrastructure, to be at the very top of it. The reason is this. I said security, defense, security, agriculture. We've had issues. One of the issues we have concerning food security, tackling, facing food security in Nigeria today is insecurity. We cannot shy away from that at any point.
So defense is not cheap.
At any point. No, you don't get it. What I'm saying is this: the defense security is needed because to boost agriculture, you need defense. You know, our people should be able to go to their farms and farm. You know, bring out their produce and and sell.
So we have a situation now. So we must put defense first.
Of course, definitely. No. In any country, that is why public office holders they usually swear an oath to protect. The first thing is to protect the lives and properties of the people. That is the first thing, because no development can come without people being protected.
Okay.
So that's why I said I call this budget a budget for consumption, because I have not seen a road path, a pathway to earning more money, to fund the budget.
In the earning more money, if you what he read out, we've not seen the full script of the budget.
Yeah, we've not.
So all these things will be stipulated. You expect. How many hours did the president spend at the house? So do you want him to?
That's why we didn't get
word for word. All
right.
It's not yet out.
All right.
Very soon you'll be saying you hear they want to use 30 billion naira to buy tire or to buy coke.
Yeah,
it's good. You are going to see. It will soon come out. We are discussing it too early. Let's just give this budget.
It will see it there.
You will soon begin to see. We'll use it to buy spool very soon.
No, of course, it's
we don't know. Like the PDP said,
but it will come.
Right. We don't know if it's we don't know how many percent and how much is zoned for capital and for recurrent. But whatever the case may be, like Mr. Liu said, we'll know soon. Very quickly, we move on to the last topic of the day. It's the festive season, and it has come with its usual baggage. Gridlock, accidents, and loss of lives happened again yesterday on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I mean, if you pass this road yesterday, you will have seen what your mouth will not be able to completely express. And then if you were in Lagos yesterday, very many reasons. I think chief of that was the fact that the president arrived in Lagos yesterday as well. But traveling, what the reports from the Federal Safety Corps is same of the same like every year. Accidents, gridlock. Nehemiah, please let's talk to our people again. Be careful on the roads. You need your lives in 2025 as well. The celebrations will not end this year. The celebrations will keep happening every year, and you need to live long, so you need to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I think our people need to just calm down. The festive period comes. It comes every year. Let's just be, adhere to the rules, driving rules, and all that. Please, to just minimize this. Don't drink when you are driving. Don't drink. Concentrate on your driving and try as much as possible to keep yourself fit.
Come and go. So be careful, be cautious. It's wrong for us to drive reckless on the road. It's wrong for us to do things recklessly. You drink, don't drive. You drive, don't drink. Don't be on the road when you are tipsy. Just enjoy yourself, because this Christmas will come and go. The New Year will come and go, and we'll move back again to our normal husband. But
of course,
even in all, just be safe.
All right.
Know where you're going to. Where you're going to. Those places.
All right. Thank you very much for being a part of this package. Thank you very much to our guests, Mr. Adekunle Aliu, Mr. Nehemiah Nwosu, most especially to you, the viewer, for being a part of this. Like I always say, if you are not there, we won't be here. It's just the festive season. Next year is next 2 weeks. Next year, that sounds far. It's just 2 weeks away. I mean, everybody who is traveling to have fun will be soon be back in Lagos, hustling for their cash again. And it's January. When it's January, you know what they say about January. Perhaps for some, they say it's the toughest month of the year. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. Christmas is next week, of course. You know what that means. Fun and love for family and friends. My name is Shegun. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend starting tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. God bless you.